Hey guys, so a couple days ago I asked you guys to leave me some questions on a little video that I posted on YouTube. This is how I used to do my Q&As, and my Instagram is down right now, so I thought, why not just do it through YouTube to get my most loyal subscribers' questions. So I'm just gonna start from the top, make my way to the bottom based upon which has the most likes. I'm gonna try and answer as many as I possibly can and like the most frequently asked questions, but I haven't done a Q&A in so long, so I hope this is helpful. Hope you guys enjoy it. Give it a thumbs up if you did enjoy it, and if you want to see more, let me know in the comments down below. And of course, if you have any extra questions, you can leave them in the comments and I'll do my best to get back to you. So the first question is, would you ever participate in a powerlifting competition? I 100% would. I'm actually so excited because I've been dealing with my hip injury, which literally happened at the very end of January. I took 2 or 3 months off from squatting, so I was dealing with that, and then I recently hurt my back a little bit, which was like a whole situation. I'm not even gonna get into it, but that was an entire thing. So I ended up hurting my back. That was happening last week pretty much. So this is the first week I'm getting back into the gym, and I'm gonna do a full powerlifting split. I found a template online that I think will work for me. It's 5 days a week, so I'm gonna mess around with like the accessories and everything because I still like to do a combination, but I will be squatting, benching, and deadlifting every single week now. I want to do a competition, but I just needed to be on a program, and I didn't want to have to work around injuries while doing it because it's not good to push weight if you're still technically injured. But yes, the answer is yes. I don't know when, but that is the goal. I would never do a bikini competition because I hate bodybuilding, but yes to powerlifting. What are your food guilty pleasures? I feel like I have so many. I love donuts. I love pho. I love mac and cheese. I can't eat it because there's cheese in it, but I love vegan mac and cheese. I love ramen, like to the point where it's like so bad because ramen has so much sodium in it, but I love ramen so much. I love boba, which is like 400 carbs in a cup. Oh, but I love it. Andrea said she has some fitness related questions. So she said, what is your training split nowadays? How many times do you go to the gym? So I just started a new training split, so 5 times a week. I've been going to the gym 5 times a week probably for the past year. Before that, it was 4 times. Before that, it was 3 times. So when I first started working out, I was going to the gym 3 times a week. I did an upper lower body split, and then I tried upping it to 4 times a week, and I lost my period and I was getting migraines. So I dropped it back down to 3. And then probably like a couple months later, I went up to 4, and then I was like, I can go to the gym more than this. Like my fatigue is nothing crazy. I'm always kind of naturally sore because I do powerlifting type stuff. It's just kind of what you deal with. So I'm used to it at this point, but I always go 5 times a week, never more than that though. And how long is your training session? It's usually about 2 hours. If I'm just doing like a bodybuilding style day, I can get in and out in about an hour. Honestly, I could do all of my training sessions in like an hour and a half, but it wouldn't be as great because I take pretty long rest times whenever I'm doing my compound movements. So like squat, bench, deadlift, OHP, and that's just because the more time I have to recover, the better I am at doing that. You know, it's not like helpful for the cardiovascular health in that way, but that is not my goal. So it's more so just strength based. So I would say everyone's a little bit different. I wouldn't worry about how long you need to be in the gym. When I first started working out, I was in the gym for like 30 to 45 minutes. I couldn't imagine being there any longer. But once your workouts start getting more intense and you do more volume, you'll just naturally need to be there longer because you'll probably have longer rest breaks. But I could totally make it shorter. I just like to take my time. Do I think that plant protein source is enough for a vegetarian? Yeah, I've been a vegetarian for 2 years now, and I've built an immense amount of muscle while staying lean at the same time. And I'm not saying it's because I don't eat meat, but I don't eat meat and I feel better, and I think I look better than when I ate meat. So I definitely think you can get protein. Protein is literally in everything. I think people don't realize, just look at the calories and the breakdown of your macros on every single thing that you buy, the nutritional facts, and you'll see that there's grams of protein in like everything that you buy. So I get most of my protein from eggs. I'm not vegan or anything. I don't really eat fish, but every now and then I'll have it. I love salmon. And then if I go out to eat, I'll usually get seafood because it just makes it easier for choices. Like lentils have protein, beans have protein, tofu has protein. I don't eat a lot of soy sourced foods, like I don't, because they're just expensive and I'm so cheap. But I have not had any issues eating protein. My protein intake is not as high as it was when I first started working out because I needed more protein back then for whatever reason. I think it's just my body wasn't used to it. So I was eating probably like 120 grams a day, and now I eat like maybe 80. So that's working for me. I haven't seen any bad results from lowering my protein intake. So everyone's a little bit different. I wouldn't worry about it though. Like if you're thinking about going vegetarian, you're not going to have an issue getting your protein in if you just do your own research. The next question is, do you like your college apartment and tips for looking for places or organization tips? So my freshman year, I lived in the dorms. After that, I lived in Towson Place, which is literally like right across from campus. It's overpriced. It's so expensive. I do not recommend it. And the leasing office is absolutely no help at all. So please don't live there. Then after that, I lived in Donnybrook. That was great, but we had a rat problem, but you can't really avoid it. In Towson and Cockeysville, they're known for rats and roaches. So just stay on top of it, get the leasing office and exterminators on top of it, and you won't really have to worry that much. But I really, really liked Donnybrook. It was pretty cheap for the amount of space that you got there. The further you go from campus, the cheaper it's gonna be and the better your housing situations would be. So if you're fine with driving, then I would highly recommend doing that. I drove like 20 minutes this year and I got an apartment to myself for $850 a month, which I think is really cheap. So Sarah said she just finished my 8-week gym program and she was wondering what she should do next, if she should start the program over or start something new. So if you guys didn't know, I sell 2 programs right now. I'm about to release my upper body one. Thank God. Literally has taken such a long time, but I have a 8-week gym guide and then an 8-week at home guide for your glutes. So there are a couple exercises for quads and hamstrings mixed in there, but it is primarily for building your glutes. Obviously you need to be in a surplus doing it. You could be in a deficit doing it, but you're not going to see the same results obviously, but you can definitely repeat them again. I made them so you can repeat them at least 3 times, but I think I'm gonna try and release a full body guide eventually. I don't know, but you're 100% fine with repeating it. You can mess around with the rep ranges. If there were some exercises that you didn't like, you could go on bodybuilding.com and switch some in and just mess around with it. Basically, the guide is just supposed to help you get into doing a routine and understanding what works for your body and just getting that mind to muscle connection. So I would just repeat it again if you wouldn't be too bored doing that, but you can definitely try out something else if you'd like to. Nichols77 said, why are you moving again? Love your videos and I hope you're doing well. I'm actually doing great, thank you. I'm moving because I hate Maryland and I don't want to live here anymore and I would like to live on the West Coast. So that's why I plan on moving after I graduate. I don't know when. I want to make sure I have a job first, but I cannot live here anymore. It's just too much. We have a question from Tony and they said, do you have any other hobbies besides going to the gym? I have a couple. I wouldn't say I have a ton that I really pursue all the time. Back in the day, I really liked to read. I still love reading. I just would rather watch Netflix. I don't know. I think that's just the film student in me. I love screenwriting. I think that's really, really fun and I can put like a ton of time into that. And I also like drawing. I'm not super great at it, but I'll do that sometimes. Sometimes I'll longboard. I have a longboard in here somewhere. Every now and then I'll break that out if it's not 1,000 degrees outside. And then I think that's kind of it. I don't know. I watch a lot of Netflix. I like YouTube, obviously. And then, yeah. Mark said, what's your favorite Netflix series? I think Ozark was the best I've seen so far. I still have not seen that, and it's because I'm waiting for them to put the 2nd season up. But I've seen so many Netflix series. I've seen almost all of them, to be honest. There's so many of them. But the last one that I watched that I really, really liked was Mindhunter. Big fan. I know it's been out for ages. I also just started the Santa Clarita diet with Drew Barrymore. It's actually hilarious. So highly recommend. All the episodes are like 20 to like 26 minutes. They're super short, but it is so entertaining. Juicy Luxury said, how is being vegetarian? It's like the easiest thing in the world. I don't even have to think about it until it's time to go out and eat. So I don't eat out a lot, but it's, you know, I'm saving money, so I don't really care that much. And then what brand do you recommend for the ground beef? Gardein has the best meatless ground. I've tried so many of them. Theirs is the best one, but theirs is more so like hamburger. If you want like a true beef, then I would get the one by, I can't remember what it's called, but I'll have it on the screen. It's really, really good. I don't recommend getting the Morningstar one because that one is more so like a tofu base and it doesn't have that same consistency, but whatever I just put up on the screen, I love that one. We have a question from Black Trumpet. They said, will you ever do a meetup in your area for fans to work out with you? Well, first of all, I wouldn't call you guys my fans. But yeah, I definitely would. I'd like to do one before I move out of Maryland. I love my gym and I think it'd be pretty easy to set something up there. I just want to make sure it's safe and wherever we do it, it's like in a controlled environment. Because I know a lot of my subscribers are from like the DMV area or the East Coast. So I think it would be possible, but I'll definitely plan super ahead so like as many people can come as possible. Someone asked, any beginner tips for a hard gainer? Well, I'm gonna tell you right now, and everyone gets so frustrated when people hear other people say this, but if you're not gaining weight, you're not eating enough food. It's just simple. Like there's no other reason, you're just not eating enough. So just slowly increase your calories over time and your body will adapt to it. I promise. It's just how the human body works. And if you're not adapting, then you're not eating enough or you're forcing it too quickly. So you just have to be patient and just work with it. But if you're not eating enough, you will not gain weight. So I would just focus on either like tracking your calories, tracking your macros, or just eating the same stuff like every single day and knowing how many calories are in those meals so that you know every single day you're hitting that caloric goal. So I focus more so on like my caloric weekly goal because I drink alcohol. So I like to kind of play that into what I'm doing during that week. Like if I'm going out that week, then I won't eat as much during the week because I know otherwise I'm going to be in too high of a surplus. So it really just comes down to figuring out how you can make sure you are consuming enough food. So might have to track. I don't know what you're into. That's what I did. That's what helped me. Yeah, I'm not the best person to ask, to be honest, but just stay consistent with whatever it is that you decide to do. Someone asked how my school life is going. School life is going great. I'm currently on break. I go back August 28th, 29th, I think, for my last semester. I have 4 marketing, PR classes, and my last film class, which is all about creating media and TV shows for like streaming services. So I'm really, really excited for that because that's actually gonna be super helpful and they only just added it. So I'm so glad that I actually had to stay an extra semester. Otherwise I would have had to take one of the production classes that I didn't really care about. So it's going great. Do you feel happy, interested with your field of study? It's so funny because I love film, I do. And when I started, I like was obsessed with it. And I feel like everyone gets to a point in their major where you're just kind of like, okay, let's like wrap this up now. Like that's why I picked up my marketing minor because I was like, I don't love this as much as I did at the beginning. And that's kind of a problem because I'm not as motivated to go out and get that extra experience that I'm gonna need to get a job. So I'm really, really glad that I've picked up this marketing and PR minor because now I can combine those two things and like social media and everything and get a job related to maybe making videos for that when I get straight out of school, because just jumping into the world of filmmaking is not really possible. You kind of need connections. So I want to get like a job and then I can do that stuff on the side and kind of just freelance. I have a couple more questions from Maurice, so we'll answer some of those. He literally comments on like all of my videos, so I feel like I have to acknowledge the presence of this person. He was like, how was your stay in the UK? Do you have family there? I do, and it was wonderful. I know I didn't vlog like any of it, but it was so fun, which is why I didn't vlog most of it, to be honest. I was just so focused on like just living in the moment. It sounds so cheesy, but I already vlogged when I was there last year and I was doing all the same stuff basically again, so I was like, this just seems pointless. But it was a lot of fun. Do you have a love interest yet? I like try and keep all of this stuff super private because I'm not one of those people that just like puts, okay, let's be honest here. I put all of my life on YouTube, but I try and keep some stuff private when it involves other people. I've been talking to this dude from Florida for the past like 2 months. Really like him. He's great. He's really far away, so I don't really know what the game plan is. But yeah, I mean, I'm not talking to anyone else, and neither is he, so I don't know. We'll see where it goes. Who knows? Who knows? I think I'm gonna wrap up the Q&A here. I hope it wasn't too long. I haven't been keeping track. I've been stopping my camera in between questions, so I really don't know what the length of this video is. But if you did enjoy it, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not subscribed already. Let me know if there's any specific videos that you guys want to see so I can film them for you guys, and I'll see you in my next video. I love you. Bye.